Hello and welcome back everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. Now, this is the story about how my life improved after my wife left me and our little daughter for another man. Now, let's hear all about it in this story. Also, if you like what I do, please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel.
My story actually goes back a few years, but the current situation with the pandemic has sort of brought it back to life in a way. I turned 39 last December. My girlfriend's birthday is 1 week before mine, and my daughter's falls in between, so we tend to have a birthday week celebration. We had been together for nearly 7 years at the time, married for almost 5. I thought we were very happy. The speed with which everything changed shocked me. All of this started back when I was 32 and my daughter was 4. My ex-wife was 31. My ex-wife joined a new gym because of a promotion they were having. It was a very expensive high-end place. It was after that when the trouble started. The details of the cheating aren't that interesting, so I'm not going to spend much time describing it. For about 6 months, my ex-wife became distant, picking fights a lot, going out on girls' nights, etc.
After 6 months of all of this, OP went away on a business trip, and when he came home, his ex-wife had moved out.
Maybe 2/3 of all her stuff and most of my daughter's stuff was gone. On the kitchen, there were divorce papers. No note, nothing. She was offering 50-50 custody and didn't want any money or the house. Now, it might be important to know that at this time, I was already earning 6 figures plus bonuses and commissions. Due to some very wise investments and careful planning, I expect to be a millionaire by my 40th birthday or soon after. But I guess she wasn't willing to wait. She is a stunning and beautiful woman, so it's not too surprising she was able to meet the guy she did, especially in revealing gym clothes. I didn't know this when I found the divorce papers, but the man she left me for was already a millionaire. He was also 45. But I didn't know about the other man at the time. All I knew was my wife left with our child and left behind divorce papers. She wasn't answering my calls or anything. Her parents and siblings didn't know where she was. Eventually, I talked to her, but she didn't tell me about the other guy. She just said that she wasn't happy and she wants to move on. After a couple of weeks, what convinced me to sign the papers was when I received an invitation to her second wedding. I signed the papers, and she was remarried 3 months after leaving me. I'm giving kind of an abridged version because the details of this aren't so unique.
Once the divorce was finalized, he got to see his daughter again, and basically she spent half the time with OP and half the time with her mother.
I focused on being a better and more present father. I redoubled my efforts to work out and established a thorough exercise regimen. I took some courses about investing and trading and made a fortune. I even discovered a new hobby, woodworking. I would find used furniture, usually that had been thrown out, and I would refinish it. Eventually, I started dating again, but it was nothing too serious. I was more concerned with having another woman around my daughter. She never really warmed up to wife's second husband. My daughter often said that he tolerated her, but that was it. She didn't use those exact words, but it's what she described.
Eventually, OP met his current girlfriend. They have been together for about 3 years now, living together for 2.
My girlfriend is from Thailand and is 10 years younger than me. She studied therapy and worked in a spa. Her and my daughter get along great, and my ex-wife is very jealous. My girlfriend and daughter enjoy spending time together in a way I don't think my ex-wife has experienced. For example, girlfriend and daughter both have long hair and enjoy watching videos online on how to make very elaborate braids and hairstyles. My daughter enjoys this more than the expensive toys my ex-wife is always buying. Time for the plot twist. 2020 and the pandemic were not kind to my ex-wife's new husband. He worked as a business consultant and lost about 75% of his clients when the companies wanted to save money. They might hire him again in the future, but now it's tough. He still has plenty of money, but he was essentially living paycheck to paycheck. Furthermore, it turns out he was also heavily in debt. I don't know all the details, but I've heard he has hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, as well as outstanding loans. He had to sell his house, and they moved into a condominium.
He is still comfortable, but their lifestyle took a huge downgrade.
The upside for me, my girlfriend, and daughter is that my daughter has been living with us full-time for nearly a year. I happily volunteered to take her while they were dealing with their financial situation. The three of us have already visited my girlfriend's family in Thailand, and after the pandemic situation is over, we're going to go back and have a wedding in Thailand. We are tentatively planning on relocating to Thailand. My daughter visited Thailand with us, and we haven't fully talked about it, but she is excited about living in Thailand with us. She has even started taking Thai language lessons online. I don't know how this will work exactly, and it's not like it will happen tomorrow, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, that's my story. I hope it can help as a source of encouragement and motivation for people going through something similar. Remember that things can get better even after a bad situation.
Well, OP, your story proves once again that when there is a cheater, it is always better to let them go and try to get their life back and be happy. If you had recovered from your ex, reconciling yourself, you would always be thinking about her trap, the how and why. The therapy always serves you to make you tolerant to pain, but not to forget and overcome. I congratulate you on your newly found love, and do not forget to send a wedding invitation to your ex. Good luck. End of the first story. We have another story coming up next, but before that, if you are enjoying the video so far, please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. The second story is titled, My Girlfriend Started Seeing Another Man and She's Pregnant Now.
In order for this story to make sense, I'm going to have to give you a little background. My girlfriend and I have been together for years. She works in PR, but her last job, though the pay was pretty good, had no room for growth. She was there for probably 4.5 to 5 years, and she quit a little over a year ago because our son was due in mid-December, and she thought it would give her the perfect amount of time to bond with him and find the perfect job. After about 3 months, I noticed she's not really happy staying at home, and interviews she has gone on for higher-level jobs, executive, etc., aren't really going well. So I encourage her to apply for a job at a place relatively close to our house, making a lot less money but a ton of growth potential. She reluctantly agrees and gets offered the job on the spot. She comes home and tells me she still isn't sure this is the right place for her, and she thinks it's a step back. Again, I encourage her until she finally takes the job.
Now, the girlfriend ends up loving the job. She made new work friends right away, and over time they became real friends.
One of them is a 24-year-old named Steve. They'd call and text each other a lot, same with several of her other work friends. They had a work group chat, would hang out some weekend nights for dinner and drinks. All her coworkers were her friends. About 4 months ago, she starts getting really distant and weird. I tried to talk to her about it, but she tells me it's just work and she has a lot on her plate. We were intimate with each other once in the last 5 months. I try to support her, but it ends up backfiring in my face and causing arguments about petty, stupid stuff. Our son's first birthday was right before Christmas. We celebrated it the Sunday after. She again is weird, moody, and distant. She ruined his birthday. All our friends and family were there. She ends up leaving, telling me I'm bothering her and she needs air.
OP didn't know what to do at this point. He just let her go. He tried calling and texting her for hours, but nothing.
Her parents and siblings tried to call her too, same thing. No one can get a hold of her. Finally, at around 11 p.m., this all happened around 3 to 4ish in the afternoon, she comes home and tells me it's just not working out anymore. I'm dumbfounded and start asking questions. She again tells me it's all my fault and I'm making her crazy, and this just isn't working and she's going to her parents for a while. So she leaves. I let her go, figuring she needs time to cool off. I'm able to figure out from talking to her mom, she's not really there. The next day I call and text her many times throughout the day and hear nothing. At this point, in my mind, I think something is going on, but I don't think it's cheating. I think she's either in danger or having a breakdown. About a week passes with very little interactions from her, just to drop the baby off with her mom so she can see him, and because she doesn't want to see me. I tell her parents I'm worried about her, and I think something is going on, and they agree.
OP is assuming she told her parents before telling him, but long story short, After about 2 weeks of this crazy stuff going on, she agrees to meet him at a nearby coffee shop.
I immediately ask her if she's okay and if she needs help. She proceeds to tell me she's been seeing Steve for months and she's pregnant. I was in complete shock, walked out, and cried in my car. It's been several weeks, and I still feel completely devastated by this, and I think she's now living with him. I'm trying to co-parent with her, but I hate her. I don't want our son in his apartment. I know I need to contact a lawyer, but this is all so new to me. Anyone have advice? I'm hoping this is clear. I'm crying as I write this, but it also feels good to get everything off my chest. Edit: she's acting very vile towards me and trying to turn it around on me, but it's all on her. I didn't leave our relationship or get someone else pregnant. I think the baby was an accident too. She's too angry, but was also clearly too dumb not to use protection. We always used it religiously. We planned for our son, and even then, we were both scared. Can't imagine accidentally imploding my family for a 24-year-old fling who looks like he sleeps around a good bit himself.
Now the girlfriend spends time with their son a few times a week with her parents.
I won't let him in Steve's apartment. We aren't married, thankfully, so don't have to worry about that. Just want to figure out custody issues. I don't want to push for full custody unless she doesn't want to be involved. I don't think it would be fair for me to just take away a relationship from our son, no matter how much I want to. I don't think Steve will be around for long. He's 24 and was probably just having fun and ended up getting her pregnant. I'd be scared at his age. I won't ever take her back. I can't forgive what she did, and the icing on the cake is she's pregnant now.
Some said I must DNA test my son. He is 100% mine and no doubt about that. He is my twin. He's with me full time and has been since this happened. I'm fine with being a single dad. I make enough money to cover up expenses for both of us. My mom watches him during the day. I'm selling our old house and will probably downsize a bit. I'm thinking maybe a condo. About my ex, I don't want to completely take her away from my son, even if that is what I want to do. I don't think it's fair to our son. She does love him. She is just a terrible person. Well, to me she is. Some people asked if I would take her back if she comes back crawling. It wasn't a one-time thing and she got pregnant with another man's baby. She slept with him for months and now carrying his baby. I just cannot move from that. I hate her for everything she has done for me and our son. I can't get over that. Never ever. She is a selfish and horrible person. I'm sure if AP stays, he will find out on his own. Maybe sometimes in the distant future, we will be friendly, but she will never be in my life romantically again. End of the story. Well, OP, get a couple of sessions of therapy for yourself. Honestly, it is very hard to process this sort of thing on your own. She lied for months, and the fact that you are going to need to stay in contact with her means you need to grieve the relationship you thought you had. A therapist will help you to unpack your emotions and decide your boundaries going forward. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.